Hey guys, this is Noah from Green Knight Reviews here, and today I'm going to be giving you a special Blu-ray update. I haven't done this in a while, so let's begin. Now first off, I have Jaws on Blu-ray, finally. Jaws looks phenomenal on Blu-ray, I must say. Has great sound as well. Come on, the soundtrack to it, I don't even need to get into that. But anyways, going into the movie itself, it's one of my favorite movies of all time. It's one of Steven Spielberg's best. Spielberg is my favorite director, by the way. And just the production history on this film is amazing. Like, how they've managed to survive this entire production after so many months and weeks and days going over how long it was intended to be over schedule, and the budgeting going beyond what you'd expect it to be, and the actors not getting along, and the shark, of course, not working throughout the entire production. And you're surprised because this was Spielberg's first movie that brought him into the mainstream, and this is the first ever summer blockbuster, technically. And we could thank Steven Spielberg for being the pioneer into the blockbuster cinema. Yes, he doesn't make as good movies as he used to be today, but come on, you can't deny that he has made some of the best movies ever made, and Jaws is one of them. I love this movie, one of my favorites of all time. Roy Scheider, Richard Dreyfuss, and of course Robert Shaw are all fantastic in here. Some memorable scenes, one of my favorite death scenes also are in this movie, and just an overall fantastic film. I love Jaws to death. Now the next Blu-ray I'm here to show you is for The Hunger Games, the movie based off of the fantastic book. I really enjoyed this movie when it came out in theaters, and I still enjoyed it after watching it for a second time on Blu-ray. But, you know, of course, the book is so much better than the actual film. I mainly picked this one up because I'm a huge fan of the series, and despite some flaws that this film has that I wish it didn't take from the book, I still really enjoy it for what it was. I thought Jennifer Lawrence was fantastic as Katniss. I loved much of the camera work in here. The score was actually pretty good. The soundtrack's also fantastic as well. And, you know, it was well directed. The only problems I had were the shaky cam and some of the scenes that I wish that were in the movie more that were in the book were a bit put off to the side, and the ending a little bit disappointed me in terms of how it wanted me to get catching fire immediately. In the book, in the movie, it didn't have that gut punch ending that I wanted. But other than that, it's still a very good movie for what it is. It's much better than Twilight, thank God. And it's great that Twilight's finally coming to an end, and we finally have a great female protagonist that is actually a good female protagonist and not one that is like Holden Caulfield, except not satirical. And you know what? Yes, The Hunger Games. This is the Target exclusive, by the way. It came with an extra bonus disc, which showed many of the tributes, you know, besides, you know, Josh Hutcherson and Jennifer Lawrence having fun with each other on the set. It's a nice little disc. It looks great on Blu-ray. Fantastic. It has great sound. When the cannons go off, it feels really amazing, by the way. So yeah, that's The Hunger Games. I thought it's a very good movie. Not as good as the book, but come on, it could have been a lot worse. Now, the next two Blu-rays I'm going to show you were from a writer/director that has never seen the light of day until May 4th, 2012. That Blu-ray is going to come up soon, but before then, I'm going to show you two of his most amazing masterpieces he's made. And if you don't know what I'm talking about at this point, I'm of course talking about Mr. Joss Whedon, and that is his TV show masterpiece, Firefly. Firefly blew me away. All 14 episodes of this show were fantastic. They were not dull at all. The only problem is that I'm still waiting for season 2. I'm still waiting, Fox. Fox, you can go die in a hole. But other than that, Joss Whedon is fantastic with his direction and writing with Firefly here. The cast is amazing, and what Joss Whedon does very well is that he could balance a huge ensemble cast. And even though the main character in this show is Nathan Fillion's character, Captain Malcolm Reynolds, the whole cast manages to be balanced out to make them feel like they're integral towards the ship of Serenity. And this is one of my favorite shows of all time now. I just started getting into more TV, you know, thanks to Tyler Christian and Tom Bailey-Otis and others getting me into Breaking Bad, and of course with Joss Whedon really getting me more interested into his work with Firefly, of course. And then I also picked up Serenity, which was the sequel movie to Firefly, which is, I think, a fantastic movie. You know, I like the show a whole lot more, but Serenity is still fantastic for what it is. Standing alone, if you have never seen Firefly, it's a good movie, but if you watch this after watching Firefly, it has such a bigger effect because the characters are going through really dire situations and you care more about them. You're more involved, the story is more interesting, and it just takes so many turns that you may not expect with this series that Joss Whedon may take a few civil liberties towards this and towards his characters here, but it's a very good movie. I highly recommend it. But if you should watch this, I think you should watch Firefly first, because I don't think you should even watch... You know what, to tell you the truth, I don't even think you should watch Serenity without having the patience to watch Firefly, because it's just not the same. It doesn't have that same punch you will have. If I watched Serenity before I watched Firefly, I wouldn't have had the same reaction I would have had. So, just to put it out there, if you're planning on watching Firefly and Serenity, watch Firefly first. I beg of you. Watch it anyway because it's fantastic, and Joss Whedon is definitely becoming one of my favorite screenwriters today. Now, the next movie I'm going to show you is, a small independent film. You've never seen this. This is directed by Joss Whedon, by the way, and, it's something that not many people seen. It made like $5 or $10 at the theater, and that is Marvel's The Avengers. Do I really need to even say anything about this? The Avengers blew every high expectation that I had, and they were high. They were sky high. And going into the theater, I was like worried because of how it will not lead up to the hype. It will not even reach it. It won't even come close. It won't even say, oh, it barely made the hype, but it won't be as good. I always kept worrying to myself, this movie will fail. It's not gonna work. But Joss Whedon blew me away with this film. This film is phenomenal. Yes, I'm pretty sure a lot of people out there are saying, oh, The Avengers is so overrated. The story is blah, blah, blah. It's so weak. You know what? Shut up. I'm sorry. I'm supposed to be polite here, but shut up. This isn't meant to have, like, the best story ever. The story for what we have here, okay, good. But the rest of the movie, how they executed it, how they balanced all these larger-than-life characters from previous movies in the same universe into one film is just flawless. Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man is great. Captain America, played by Chris Evans, is also very good. Thor, Chris Hemsworth, Scarlett Johansson, Jeremy Renner, Samuel Jackson, and of course Mark Ruffalo as the Incredible Hulk is just simply amazing in this film. Everybody remembers how well done the Hulk was in here. In Ang Lee's Hulk, don't even remember that one. I don't even want to get into that. And in, Edward Norton's Hulk, which I actually really enjoy. I have that movie on Blu-ray as well. But the problem was that it just doesn't seem as interesting when they show a bit too much of him around and having him as the only character. When he's in an ensemble piece, and when he is only used rarely, and when those rare times he is used amazingly, it just works out so well. Mark Ruffalo definitely gave a great performance as Bruce Banner and the Hulk. And going back to the story and the direction and the writing by Joss Whedon is just fantastic here, and he's definitely had the last laugh from Fox after them canceling all his great TV shows and never getting to see the light of day. And now he had his revenge. He's like a billionaire now, pretty much, and he's going to direct the sequel. He's going to write it. He's in charge of the Marvel Cinematic Universe now, and he also is planning on doing more stuff with himself. I'm really excited to see Much Ado About Nothing, in fact. And I'm really excited for Dr. Horrible 2. I'm really excited for that. And you know something? This is just... I could go on and on about The Avengers. This is great. Great special features, by the way. And it looks phenomenal on Blu-ray. It has a great sound to it. And this is a Target exclusive. Came with an extra disc. And I'm really happy I picked this one up because... even though the regular edition without this Target exclusive disc had some features in there, it didn't have enough. And that extra third disc they put in this set is worth $20 alone, I must say. So yeah, that's The Avengers on Blu-ray. I don't even need to get into more specifics. And the last film I have here is a digibook from Best Buy. I ordered this online. I wanted to get the Jaws digibook, by the way, but Best Buy didn't have many, so they sold out, so I got the regular edition at Target. But, this is also from Steven Spielberg, just as Jaws was, but I gotta say, if I had to choose one Spielberg movie I love the most, my favorite, it's gotta be E.T. Yes, it's a bit sappy, and I know it's a bit dated with its effects, but besides that, E.T. has one of the most timeless stories of friendship you'll ever see in cinema. E.T. is one of my favorite movies of all time because of how beautifully written, how beautifully directed, beautifully acted, beautifully executed with the special effects. And this is the original theatrical cut, not the horrible 20th anniversary cut that they had in 2002 where E.T. was completely CG'd and all the guns were replaced with walkie-talkies. This was the original edition. Spielberg apologized for that previous set that he made. Why this is one of my favorite movies of all time is because it just hits home with you with the friendship between Elliot and E.T. The idea of family relationships after divorce comes in between them, and how it manages to, and how E.T., this little alien, comes in and manages to bring this broken family together again, and improving their lives. And this movie has everything. It makes me laugh, it makes me cry, it makes me on the edge of my seat, and man, John Williams' score is so beautiful here. I think this is like one of my favorite movie scores of all time as well. This is so emotional, and that logo right there of E.T. and Elliot flying over the moon is one of my favorite symbols in cinematic history, and I'm pretty sure that's common for a lot of people. And also, it looks great on Blu-ray. I haven't seen the whole thing on Blu-ray yet, but I've seen many clips, many of my favorite scenes, and it looks great. Sound is amazing, especially with John Williams' score coming up. And some special features in here are very good too. I haven't seen all of them yet. And I'll say I've read through this book already, the digibook itself, and has really good information here. Nice pictures, nice set photos. It's really cool. I really like this set, and I'm really glad I picked this one up. E.T. the Extraterrestrial 30th Anniversary on Blu-ray digibook form. So glad I picked this one up. So I guess that's it for this little Blu-ray update. I'm sorry I haven't had a video in a while, but I'll give you 2 reviews soon of Perks of Being a Wallflower, and I went to a screening of Here Comes the Boom a few weeks ago. I didn't get a chance to review it yet, but I'll review it for you too. And I really hope this weekend I'll get a chance to see Argo by Ben Affleck, because it looks fantastic, and apparently it is fantastic. But since I've been very busy this week, and I'm going to have a very long Saturday, I'm going to be very busy Saturday, I'm not sure if I'll be able to review Argo for you, but I'll try my best. So anyways, guys, I guess that's it. I am Noah from Green Arc Reviews, and I will see you later.